Kyle Dake out at training camp at the USOPC. So getting ready for your 2020 run, a little different than 2016 and 2012. You're a two-time world champ now.
Yep.
Can you talk about, how it is different for you this year compared to your other runs?
Yeah, I mean, 2012 was just like, let's go try it. I didn't really know where I stood. I was just like, I'm a two-time NCAA champion. Let me go try it. Try my hand at three-time at the time. Let me go try my hand at it and see where I'm at. And I did okay. And then 2016, I was one position away from making the team, and that one was tough for me for sure. But you kind of just learn from it and move on and kind of get past it. So this cycle has been a little bit kinder to me. I've been putting in the same amount of work that I was in the past. It's just a little bit smarter. There's more of a plan to go along with it, and I think a lot of that had to do with my experience from the past two cycles, just like going through it all. And then, to see that it works, two times is pretty cool. To be able to perform, win one world title is obviously awesome, and then, be able to repeat and do it again is really cool. But, my mindset hasn't really changed. It's still, go out there, search and destroy. Dominate everyone that you can and compete the best that you can. And, sometimes last year, like I said, I hadn't been training a lot, so it was just an awkward year for me. And, so the World Championships my competitive spirit was there. My body was lagging a little bit behind. And just most of that has to do with just the timetables that I was on. And getting through it was tough, and I did what I did. I did what I had to do. And I wasn't as dominant as I wanted to be. And I still went out and put points on the board and scored in a bunch of positions. And you kind of saw a different version of Kyle Dake this year than the year past.
So how does getting back to a full-time regular training schedule feel as opposed to an abbreviated let's get this in before Worlds type of deal?
Yeah, it's pretty, this is a condensed schedule anyway. So I the way I viewed it is I used, the World, funny as it sounds, but the World Championship was my first tournament of the year. So my first tournament of the year was the World Championships. My second tournament of the year in January, and then obviously the Olympic team trials are in April, and then the ranking series tournament in June, July, and then obviously the Olympic Games in August. So that's my focus right now, and it's a much more similar plan to my 2018 run. And it's not that I prefer one to the other. It's just I know it's coming, and I'm excited to be able to get out there and compete and really test the new stuff I've been working on and make sure I'm good to go.
So biggest difference in the Olympic year is weight classes disappearing. Besides the obvious, what are the biggest differences for you as an athlete, and maybe what are the differences that the average person that's following wrestling wouldn't really realize?
Yeah, you're going to have world champs colliding everywhere. World medalists, there's going to be guys who aren't on the team. There's going to be, there's going to be a couple Americans who aren't on the team who have won gold medals in this cycle. So that's a big change for Team USA. And Russia's in a similar boat. They have medals that are probably going to be sent out, and that's just the way it is. That's the way the Olympic Committee decided to make it. I think it's a horrible decision for them because wrestling is supposed to be open to any person, any size. But we don't have that ability anymore. And it would be nice if they had 10 weight classes to go out there, just because you get guys who are stuck between weight classes sometimes. Some guys are too big to go down and too small to go up, and they have their perfect weight class and they want to stay there. But sacrifices have to be made, and decisions need to be made on where you're going to go and how you're going to do it. what's your plan? So it's just about executing your plan. And I know there's several guys who are in the same boat as I am and making their decision on what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Olympic team trials is going to be incredible. There's going to be, I mean, even this next weekend at the US Open, there's going to be a ton of guys there. And I'm excited to be able to, focus on my schedule and focus on getting better at wrestling before April 4th and 5th, and making sure that I'm peaking at the right time.
You were at the Farrell a couple weekends ago, just coaching and watching, but I think even that tournament, compared to what it looks like on a non-Olympic year, was absolutely crazy with the 6 weight classes.
Yeah.
So do you think pretty much everything about this year is vamped up, and it's not just the 1 or 2 tournaments, but it's
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more competition. This is what federations and governing bodies want to see, because it's a spectacle, and really that's all it is. It's just a huge spectacle for everyone to see, and it's pretty. I went to London in 2012. Obviously, I did, just as a training partner, but I didn't go in 2016. But the hype around it is just amplified. It's hard to say how much is amplified, but it's a lot. There's sponsorships, there's TV promotions, there's all sorts of things. You're gonna have to do way more interviews and just be available to go through it, and that's what kind of makes it fun. Part of that is the exciting factor. It's like, okay, let's go through it. Let's make this happen. So, I'm excited to go through that process finally, and to be able to make the top of the podium at the Olympics is something I've been thinking about for a while, and I'm preparing every day for it.
So the stuff you just talked about, obviously it's big for you being able to build your platform and reach more people. Is any of it distracting?
Is it distracting? It's maybe a little bit, but I don't view things as like something to worry about. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I can do that. I have that opportunity. You have this opportunity. Now, if you let it take place in your training, or if you let it take place in your recovery, then you're dealing with something pretty bad. But for the most part, I'm never going to let something get in the way of my training or my recovery. So, obviously, there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm ready.
Cool. Thanks for your time, Kyle.